We are fine.
Action.
Oh, cut.
Cut it.
Magazine too.
Still a little noisy.
Use up all my.
That's okay, now, Steve.
Ready, here. Rolling.
Action.
Liza, I've always thought that you have such a distinctive look, and then I'm watching you in New York, and in the 1940s costumes and the hairdos and everything, and suddenly it struck me for the first time how very much in this film you look like your mother in the early part of the film. When you first got into that makeup and looked in the mirror, did that strike you at all?
Yes, actually it did, because I guess of the style, that was when she was making so many films, and we wanted to be authentic. So I think it just reminded me of her look, as opposed to, really looking like her. I feel that she was much more beautiful.
Oh, come on now.
No, she's really a beauty.
You have, as I said, you have your own distinctive look, which is a great look. In the film, and in talking with Martin Scorsese, the director, and so forth, about some of your musical numbers that were cut, the reason he gave was that the music was beginning to overshadow the relationship of the two people, and that it really is a film about these two people. Do you agree with that assessment that there was so much music? If they'd left it all in, that it would have just been too much and would have overshadowed the relationship?
Well, the first time I saw it, it was 4.5 hours long, and the balance was terrific. But when you pare a film down, you have to get it down to a certain amount of time. The balances change. It's like if you have a pyramid and you take one block out, the whole thing can collapse unless you take the entire thing down. See, it's really a film. It's a love story about two people who happen to be musicians. And the music is there because that's what they do for a living.
But I wonder, Liza, you worked so darn hard on those numbers and on the whole film, and then to see all that stuff on the cutting room floor.
I don't think it was as hard on me as it was on Mr. Scorsese.
Really?
Yeah. Because he loved all the musical numbers. It's a big production number and everything. But it's going to be in the TV version. And they made a short of it, actually.
Yeah, the big number,
Yeah.
Happy Endings. Yeah.
Otherwise, there wasn't much cutting as far as my musical numbers went.
Mm-hmm. Georgie Auld, who is in the film and is the man who taught De Niro to play the saxophone, gave a quote that, and he liked De Niro very much, and De Niro worked hard to learn to play the sax. But he had a quote that he said De Niro was really a pain in the bleep as far as working with him, that he just, I guess, warded him to death with lots of questions and everything. Did you ever find that to be true about De Niro? Was he difficult or a pain?
I think I should explain. See, musicians have a whole different way of talking about things. And a lot of the time when they say somebody's a pain in the bleep, it's affectionate, And I think he was very, very proud that Bobbie learned so well. And Bobbie he wanted it to be perfect, So he did ask him a lot of questions. But he also made him proud. So I don't think he really meant that like it sounded. No, he was sensational to work with. It's, and it seems kind of funny because if I heard about it, for instance, De Niro and Scorsese, right? And we have this team here, and this whole new wave and this, this completely new way of making films, and then I'm traditional, from my background. You'd think maybe that it would do that, but it was such a blend, and we all got along so well together. And worked so very, very well together.
In other words, the fact that they would sort of improvise things and not tell you until the camera was rolling.
Well, no, they only did that a couple of times.
Yeah. Did that bother you, though? Did you think, hey, gang, I'm in this film, too, let me in on this?
No.
No?
No, I was always in on everything,
Like the fight scene?
It wouldn't have been created if we didn't all do it together. Yeah.
And the fight scene played the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, we had landmarks during that scene, and you know where you have to get to. But it was such an emotional scene that Marty just said, "Go."
Liza, thank you very much for talking with us today here in New York.
All right.
And cut it.
Okay.
All right, roll. Now
So-
nod.